Hey everyone, welcome to my life as India. I'm India and I am so excited about this video. Today I am going to be talking about something that I have learned throughout my journey, especially throughout this pregnancy journey. So I'm currently 30 weeks, which is crazy because it's so close to the finish line. But at this point, really in my life and in pregnancy, I'm really determined to do a lot. And it kind of sucks because it's like I think about everything I'm doing right now. And I wish that, oh, I had that same, drive or whatever, 3 months ago or 6 months ago or whatever. But I try not to get too caught up in the what ifs and I wish this and wish that. But that's where I'm at. I'm doing so much and implementing a lot of things to make sure that, the rest of this year, these last 2 months of my life, are all about execution and discipline and preparing for what is to come. So I am so excited. If you did not see, I am getting ready to release my new book for college girls. It's College Girls After Christ, the College Girl's Guide to Faith and Purpose. So that's one big thing that I have accomplished very recently. Also, with my candle company, that is going well. And I'm so excited to see where God takes that as well. So there's just so many different things going on in my life. But through all of that, one thing that I realize is that we can't be so hard on ourselves. And by that, I mean this. It's good to have discipline. It's good to set goals for yourself. It's good to expect, things out of life, good things out of life. But in that, you have to make room for reality. You have to make room for things not going, as you may have planned. And that's what I'm learning. And the biggest area that I'm learning that in is in entrepreneurship. So pretty soon I'll be what you call a mompreneur or whatever you want to call it. And I am fully engaged in entrepreneurship and at the same time making sure I'm focused on my family, focused on my relationship with God, the things that are, and really being focused on the things that are more important than entrepreneurship and business, but having, the priorities in place and making sure I balance all of that. It seems like you should have a certain set schedule of XYZ, right? So for me, I used to be a person where I would procrastinate and I really enjoyed multitasking. I prided myself in multitasking. But it wasn't until recently that I realized that there's really not much being done in my multitasking. So I've made it a point to focus on one thing at a time, whether it's one day a week or whatever, but I made a point to focus on one thing at a time. And that has been going very well for me. So in that, I realized that everybody is different. And for some people, at least I'll say before you have a family, for some people, waking up at 5 or 6 in the morning is ideal. And for others, it's just not. I know personally, my mind gets going more later in the afternoon and late at night. So I've been for years, dedicating a lot of time in those hours because I know that that is when my mind is at like its best. However, here I am going into motherhood. I know that that's not going to be the case. I'm going to have to, fit things in when my child is sleeping, or when my husband is home and can help me out, whatever. So my whole entire life is going to need to be adjusted, whether I like it or not. It's gonna be a matter of, hey, this is what you have to work with, so you have to work with it and discipline yourself in that way. But what I'm really talking about is prior to motherhood, prior to marriage and things is that, it is great to wake up early in the morning. It's a great discipline. However, do not beat yourself up if you don't start working until maybe like 1, 2 o'clock, 3, 4, 5 in the afternoon, and you end up working until 11 or 12, like whatever it is, whatever your schedule is as an entrepreneur. Don't be sorry for that, because we go through certain seasons in life and that schedule is not always going to stay the same. That's the truth of the matter. So I had to realize that, because there were a lot of days where I would beat myself up, like, oh, you didn't wake up at this time, da 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 da. But in this current season that I'm in, I realized that I'm going to enjoy sleeping right now, because I am not going to be able to sleep when I want to in just a matter of 2 months. So I realized that, and at this point, I finally stopped beating myself up over sleeping, because quite frankly, it's a little bit more difficult for me to sleep at night. So I tend to sleep in later, but I'm still getting things done. And that is literally all that matters, is that I'm getting things done. It doesn't matter when I did it, as long as I got it done that day. So I stopped beating myself up over that. And I believe that some other people are doing that. We can tend to compare how our entrepreneurship journey looks to the next entrepreneur, like, oh, they did this, they're doing that. I should try that, or I should do that, or man, why am I not doing that? And then you end up comparing, and you start to look at what you're doing and feel bad about yourself or whatever. And there's nothing wrong with, taking tips and getting advice from other entrepreneurs. That is a blessing in and of itself. However, in taking away those tips and advice, be sure that you know that it's tailored for you, that it's good for you, it's good for your schedule, it's good for the life that you're living right now. We are all in different seasons. So, the person that may be, however, like way deeper into their own business versus you just starting, you may not be able to do everything they're doing right now. You can take some of the tips of what they did when they first started and implement some things maybe that they're doing now. But the point is, do not compare yourself and begin to think that what you're doing is not good enough, especially if you know and believe that God has led you into certain things that you're doing. So that is something I have personally learned, and I'm thankful, because now, while I do take a lot of advice, and I research and I read from other entrepreneurs and really other mothers who are doing so much, I also take into consideration, okay, how can this be personalized for me? How can I take that advice and implement it into what God is calling me to do right now and in the season that I'm in right now? So I think that's very important. It's something that I did, and I'm so thankful and excited that, it's like it lifts a heavy burden. It's just like, okay, I am free to do this. I'm free to make mistakes. I'm free to, learn along the way, and that is okay. And there's a lot of beauty and freedom in that, to be okay with that. And that's what I've learned. Like, I've learned a lot, recently. I'm learning a lot more quickly as well, but I'm so thankful just for that realization, even though, like, I'm pregnant, and things are about to change again, and I'll be in a different season. But I am so excited, because I really believe that for us as people, as, especially if you are a woman and you are, willing and ready to put out a business, or you're currently, working on a business, it's important that we allow, this balance. We allow the godly gifts that God has given us, and we allow what He has created us to be. We allow all of that to take place, and we learn from each other at the same time. And it's so beautiful when, we can help one another and give each other advice, and I mean, not even care about competition or things like that, because it's really not about that at all. At the end of the day, we all have a gift, we all have callings, and whatever we have to do to get there, it's important to do it. So that's pretty much what I have been learning in this season right now, is to really engage in it, to learn what I need to learn, and to be okay with the fact that I am still learning. And there's so much beauty in that, to be in a place. I mean, we're really constant students, if you will. We may master certain skills, we may be leaders in certain areas, but we're all still learning. And I think that when you begin to take the place of I'm only the teacher, is when things could just fall apart in the blink of an eye. Because no matter if you are called to teach, you still are a student in some area or facet of your life. And we have to accept that. So that is something that I have fully accepted, and I'm enjoying it. I am loving where God has taken me. I'm loving literally every little part of this life, even the hard parts, even the things where I'm like, I don't know about that, God, or what's going to happen with this. I am giving it over to Him, doing what He's calling me to do, and knowing that He has already planned it out and it's already done. And I take so much joy in that, literally. Like, there's no need to worry about your business. There's no need to worry about, oh, how am I going to, make ends meet? How am I going to do this? I feel led and called to do this. Like, how is all of this going to work out in the end? And the beautiful thing is that God already knows how it all works out. And if you serve Him and you follow His leading and you stick to the truth of the Word of God and you let Him lead you and guide you, it's a beautiful process. And no, we're not going to know everything along the way, but as things start to manifest, God always reminds us that, hey, I'm here and I have already planned this. I had a plan from day one. Before you even knew anything, I already had a plan. So there's so much beauty in that, and I am loving every part of it. I am like truly enjoying this journey. And if you are an entrepreneur yourself, and maybe you've been struggling in that area, it's okay. Do what works for you. Do what works for you. We're all different. We all have different schedules, and there's nothing wrong with that. As long as you're getting what God has called you to do done, that's all that matters. So I pray that this video is a blessing to you. Just another, small piece of my journey. I'm looking forward to, everything else that's about to happen this month and next month. It's going to be crazy. You all don't even know. But I'm so thankful to God for it. And I pray that you take these last 2 months of the year, last stretch of 2017, and you give it your all. And you continue to give it your all every single day in 2018, 2019, like just going forward. Give every day your all. Do what you can and enjoy God in every single moment that you have. I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and definitely be looking out for some vlogs coming up. I'm going to get back into that. I definitely missed vlogging, so I'm going to be getting back to that, so look out for that. And I hope that this video has helped you. If you have any ideas or topics that you would like me to cover, please feel free to comment below and let me know. Thanks for watching.